Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Flash Thoughts. Today, Flash Thought of the Day is He has sustained you and He will continue to do so. He has sustained you and He will continue to do so. The thought came to me because I was going back over a poem that I read, and it's called Footprints in the Sand. And I'm not sure if you guys are aware of it, but you guys should check it out. It's a really good poem. It's about a guy and God walking down the beach and then looking over the horizons. And as they continue to walk, God was flashing moments throughout the guy's life over the horizon. So the guy was saying, hey God, why is it that, like, when I was at my lowest and darkest times, when I felt alone, when I felt like I wasn't worthy, you was not there, right? Because he was seeing only one footprint in the sand. And this is me paraphrasing. God then looks at him and said, my precious child, when you were at your darkest time, when you felt like giving up, when you felt like it was only you alone, the only reason you saw one footprint in the sand, it wasn't because it was yours, it was mine, right? And it kind of blew my mind because, we've all been in a place where whether we the one that got ourselves in the situation, whether people turned their back on us, whether we really try to do the right thing and it just didn't work out, we just always felt like we've all questioned before, like, God, where are you? Why do I feel like I'm alone? Why do I feel like you're not here? Why, if you love me so much, why does life just hurt so much, right? And it really dawned on me. It was just like, the reason why I was so mind blown, it was because God is the one that's been carrying us. He was the one that was sustaining you, right? Although we've all been through our trials and tribulations and we all had heartache, we could have all been heartbroken or whatever the negative circumstances is. Without God, it could have been significantly worse. Just think about that for a second. And I know, like, it's even been times where I know me for myself personally, like, I walked away. From God, right? We always get to a place where we feel like we want to try to do things on our own, because it's like, God, if you love me the way that you say you love me, if you're there supporting me, if you're providing for all my needs, why am I going through such hardships? Why am I going through the things that I'm going through? But then, right, things don't work out. But then for some way, somehow, you're still here, right? Some way, somehow, right, you made it through that tough season, right? Even for some of you guys that are still going through tough season, we all go through our trials. We're all in different seasons in life, right? If you're still in that tough season, right, he's gonna sustain you. I know it might look scary. I know it might look like there's no way out, right? You're developing all these emotions because you're so worried about all the negative what ifs, right? And really, what God is trying to show us is that he's the one that's sustaining us, so he will continue to do so. We just have to get to a place where we just wholeheartedly put all of our hope and faith in him, right? We got to continue, right? Continue to get in his word, get in his presence, right? The reason why a lot of, like, true believers say you got to get in his word and get in his presence is once you start to do that, you start to learn the characteristics of God. When you start to learn the characteristics of God, your circumstances and your situation, like, is not as bad as it may seem, because you know he is faithful. He is a God that cannot lie, right? And you got to get to a place where you know him for yourself, right? Like, just look back over your life. All those things that you once thought could take you out, that when you were going through the situation, it was so unbearable, right? You couldn't sleep, you couldn't eat, you couldn't sometimes go around people because of the shame that you felt, or the heartache, the pain that you just felt, and you just kept praying and you just didn't see nothing changing, right? When you were praying, were you really trusting that he can save you, right? He will sustain you, right? Look back over your life, all those times where you doubted, right? All those times where you felt like giving up, but then the right person came to give you a word of encouragement. The right coincidence came, but it really was God showing up and giving you a fresh wind, right? He knows you. He knows what he's placed inside you, right? And that's the thing where he's going to continually sustain you, because he will be with you until he's done what he's promised to you. Right? It says, and this is me paraphrasing, God will continue to do a good work in you until it's come to completion. He's not a God of incomplete. He's not going to leave you where you are. Even if you're the one that got yourself in that situation, he's not going to leave you where you are. Right? He is a God that sees past all your mistakes. He's a God that sees past the hurt, the heartache, those people that walked away from you, turned their back on you, right? He knows what he's placed inside of you, and he's placed something great inside of you that he has to let the world see. He wants to show off his masterwork, his masterpiece. You're his masterpiece. Nothing is by coincidence. Nothing is by accident, right? He's made you to go down this path because he's trying to bring something out of you, right? Well, let me not say that. He allows certain things to happen because he's ultimately going to use it to bring you closer to your destiny, right? If you go through trials and tribulations, look at it in a sense of like, man, you're getting close to your purpose. You're getting close to what God has for you, right? He would never take something from you and not give you something better in return. He will sustain you, and he will continue to do so. Continue to believe, continue to trust, continue to seek after him, even though it might hurt, even though right now it doesn't make sense, even if you feel like he's not working in your life. He's always working, right? Sometimes when God is at his most quiet and you can't trace him, that's when he's really doing his work, right? God loves working. Like, he loves putting together broken things. He's not finished with you. He's not finished with you. You got to continue to trust that no matter what your circumstances are. Don't focus on what you see. Focus on what you hear. Focus on what he's telling you. Focus on the things that he's tugging at your heart that keep popping up, that he wants to get you to do, right? Obedience, right? Another thing that can get you closer, right? He will continue to sustain you. Just listen to his voice. Don't pay attention to what you see. Right? The enemy job is to make everything look bleak, to make it look like you're not going to make it. It's his job to trick you with everything that's out there, right? To continue to, because once he has your vision, he knows you're focused on that, right? Don't focus on that. Focus on God. I know it's easier said than done, right? Because sometimes certain situations are rough. I get it. Sometimes you don't see a way out. Certain situations are rough, and that's why you have to continue to get in his word. If you get in his word, that's when you'll start to see his characteristics, right? In his word is his characteristics. You got to continue to trust him. He's faithful, right? That's why they say get in his word. When you get in his word, you'll see that it's only a matter of time before he brings you out of what you're going through. Continue to trust him, continue to be there. And like how I always finish, you are loved, you are valued, and you are destined to do great things in this world. But you will only get there if you continue to trust God and continue to move forward. No matter how hard it get, don't give up, because he won't give up on you. He's faithful, and he's a God of mercy and justice, and he will look after you and continue to do so. So enjoy this day, and just know it's only a matter of time before he turns your situation around. He's always working in your life. Trust and believe that. Okay, have a good day. See you guys next time.